to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the FV3805. It's the Tier 9 British SPG. It's located on the southwest board of Mannerheim Line, otherwise known as Arctic region, and this one is under the command of Oksydor. Now, 3 marks of excellence on the barrel, and of course his Polish flag because he is from Poland. And game is on. Now the FV3805 doesn't get a lot of look in because it's really one of those Artys that's on the way to getting the Conqueror gun carriage, which is one of the better Artys in the game, or one of the more fun Artys in the game, I should say. This is an Arty with 3 different guns: the 5.5 inch, which is the same as on the Crusader 5.5 SP, and also a 6 inch gun, which is the same as on the FV207. The Tier 8, and the top gun is a 7.2 inch howitzer, and that's what we've got in this case. Okay, we can see the output is 850, and he's capable of doing 46mm of pen, and he's got a blast radius of just under 10 meters, 9.5. First round's out. More speculative at this stage of the game. I think I saw a reload time of 26.5. I'm not sure if that's correct, but the standard reload is 35.47 seconds. Okay, an enemy's turned up on the south side. It's a Concept 1B, and he looks like he's trying to get over those humps, but we're going to put around onto that 263 if we as soon as work out where he's headed. Well, that landed right next door to him for 129. You can see Oksydor's experience shows that he has to keep changing position just in case the enemy knows that's where you fire from on this map. There are other firing positions. Most players do tend to go to that corner though, because it is so much easier and there's natural cover. Always got 3 tanks together here, rounds out. Oh! Well, that was awkward because the shell went between them and landed behind the cram barn. Only the cram barn was stunned. Always nice when you get 3 tanks moved together and they get close enough that you can actually hit more than one with the same shot. That's how you pick up bombardiers. I remember my first bombardier, I aimed my shot at one particular tank. The shell landed on the side of the target and it blew up the tank next door to him as well at the same time. Very funny. That was at Tier 3. Okay, so we picked up some damage off the Concept 1B. And now these guys have gone over that hump. It's actually, oh, well, it was bad news for our cram barn because it got wiped out. Oh, 263 just went up explosively. Taken out by the SU-130 PM. I think it was because he was turned sideways, and Oksydor fires in at the Concept and gets 339. Okay, so we've got 2 tanks in that dip, but they're very difficult to hit because the ridgeline works against us there. Mind you, hitting them will actually help our teammates because they're actually exchanging fire at the moment with a Progetto 65. Okay, the Concept, oh, it's the cram barns trying to come out, but they're both going together. Oh, that time he hit the Concept and stunned both of them. Okay, so we can't shoot easily to the north, but we've noticed the Vipera trying to poke around the corner. It's a Tier 10 game, by the way. The Vipera is Tier 8. Following it round. It's a difficult shot because it's directly over the mountain that's next door to us, so you might have to change position to get shots on most of the enemies to the north. I think he's decided that's what he's going to do. Oh, the cram barn's one shot. He can hit that guy if he can land the shell near him. Rounds out. Yep, got him. The Concept 1B, or is it? Yes, I think it is the Concept 1B, has now gone full in against our Progetto, but there's no way we can help him. But just look at these 2 tanks turned up around the corner, and they're trying to sneak in, but luckily we do have a lot of tanks in the neighborhood. And that means they're going to have to stop at that corner. Otherwise, they're going to come into trouble. And that's where Oksydor will actually benefit. He's waiting for the guy to pull back so they're close together. And yes, he gets a kill on the Pershing. And he stuns the Centurion 5-1. And now our Kunstpanzer is looking down at prey from above. And I think he's probably going to take get some damage off them. Well, we lost the Progetto. The Concept 1B took him out. And now that means he's in that dip. We can't get at him from this angle. Oksydor has decided to change position altogether. I'm not sure he was too worried there about getting close to that tree. He's got a better angle now on the tanks to the north. Oh, there's that Char Future 4. Now, they do have thin armor, which makes them very nice targets. You just gobble them up. Shells will go straight through them. He splashes him for 345. I do like the way that Oksydor moves so casually and quite fast between the different trees without knocking them down at all. It's almost like he's got a sixth sense on, am I close to the tree, and knows how to avoid them. Okay, that Char Future 4 is very close to the gap. Okay, if he moves forward ever so slightly, we can put the round in there and he will go, yeah, oh, he puts it in and, oh, it hit the rock face instead of actually going through the gap. Now, one thing I can say at the moment is if Oksydor was to move forward and go directly behind our cap, he might be able to get a shot at the Concept 1B, the Char Future 4, and the tanks to the north. I think he's just holding back for the moment, staying at the back. Round south. That's a direct hit. That T-44 took a hit there. Now he has decided to move, change position. He didn't care about knocking those trees down. He's now getting a better angle on the Char Future 4 and the Concept 1B, who's still in the dip. But notice there's a Scorpion G right down the back. And he hasn't come forward. In fact, it looks like he's headed back towards his own cap area and going to go around. Got no shot on the Char at the moment because we can't spot him. One of the members of the team is a little upset at the moment, the Type 61. He does have 2 kills, so maybe he does know what he's doing. He's the one up close and front and personal with the enemy at the moment. He's facing off against that T-44 and the Leopard prototype, and he's found both of them, and a Leopard 1 to the north. Oh, this is not so good, and, well, yep, we just spotted it. Oksydor's now going for it. Can he put a round in there? If he can get it in the next second or so, he could be very useful to that guy. He plants the shell in. Oh, we killed the Leopard! Only 35 hit points, but he got an important kill there. Yeah, he wiped him out, and now our Barask is taking fire from the enemy Arty, which is a 212A. Oksydor's almost loaded. He might be able to get a shot at the T-44-100, but it's the Leopard prototype we really like to kill because he's very low on hit points. Okay, T-44 is coming back. Can we get a shot? He fires in. Unfortunately, no. He stayed close enough to the rock. The Leopard prototype goes down to the Barask. 122 TM's gone, balls deep. And there goes the T-44-100. Oh, look at this cheeky one. The Char Future 4's gone around the outside, outflanked them, and come round behind them. It must have a full load on that 105mm. We're loaded. Rounds out. Direct hit. 304. Oh, that was nice. Unfortunately, our 122 TM does go down. But the Char Future 4 gets wiped out by the STB-1 from behind. He didn't expect the STB to follow him up. Now it's 3 versus 3 left. That's all we've got. Each side's got an Arty. Each side's got a tank destroyer. Our side's got the STB-1. They've got the Concept 1B. And we can see from hit points that there's not much difference between the teams. Only 15 hit points in it as far as we can tell. Now the enemy does have that Scorpion G, whereas we've got the Gorilla 15. And the Gorilla 15's only a short distance away from us. There he is. So he's holding back that Concept 1B from coming around the corner. Now the Scorpion G, if you remember, was on the south coast, and he doubled back, went around the cap area, on the enemy cap area, and came around the other side. I think he was trying to help his guys thrust through on that area. The Scorpion still doesn't have any kills, but he is rather well rated, so he might know what he's doing. Well, one of the other members is complaining, one of the other players is complaining that the Gorilla's camping one of the dead players. Gorilla doesn't have any kills yet. Oksydor is the sole remaining player with more than one kill. The STB-1's in hiding. He's hiding in the bush on that corner. So the Scorpion G might try to push down from the north, going through the gap. And Oksydor's looking for either the gully that runs underneath the duck. If you know what the duck is, that's the area F4 and G4. The bit up on the cliff. Or he could come the far west route. If so, the STB-1's going to spot him first. The Gorillas are eyes and ears down on that Concept 1B. The Concept 1B might, of course, double back again and come round with the Scorpion G at the same time. Yeah, they're talking about the Vipera saying the Scorp has a lot of health, but if he can be tracked, Arty can do him. Because he's putting his confidence in Oksydor to win this game for them. This game is one of the ones that Oksydor played on his Twitch live stream over the weekend. He puts them up so that we can actually have a look at them, the best ones. Go back to the gully. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those other players, of course, are looking at Oksydor's Arty and they're saying, oh, he's got 3 marks of excellence. They're saying, wonderful. Others might actually be realizing that, yes, it is Oksydor. He is a Twitch live streamer. And there's the STB-1 hiding in the bush. They can't see him. That bush is very good for concealment. He can spot the cat from there. And if any enemy tries to sneak up, well, he's going to spot them straight away. And he doesn't have to open fire immediately. All he has to do is wait until they get close enough, let Oksydor take a shot at them, and then he can nail them after they've been stripped of some of their hit points. Concept 1B is definitely the biggest threat, because of course he's got 3 kills. And there's the 2-minute warning. Okay, Oksydor changing position yet again. I think he's more concerned about the Concept 1B, and rightly so. That tree hasn't been knocked down yet, but the other ones has. Well, nothing from that. I think he was just taking a speculative shot, just in case the Concept 1B was sitting in the trees trying to work out where we are. Now the 212A is going to be looking in this general area, trying to spot where Oksydor might be. He's aiming where he thinks that the STB-1's going to first see the enemy. That's the 1-minute hooter, by the way. We're into the final countdown. If the enemy are going to do anything, they're going to have to do it soon. Otherwise, it's going to be a draw. Well, with such little time left on the clock, unless they spot the enemy soon, this is going to be a draw. And Oksydor's decided to take the game in hand. And he's gone hunting that Concept 1B. He's found him. Oh, he took a hit from him, but he's going to derp him at close range. Yes! That's how it's done. You hold your fire, even if you take a shot from the enemy. And you just get really close, so there's no way you can miss. And he got a final kill right at the end. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Oksydor in the FV3805. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he picked up 12. And he got a cause medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And his win rate from that one was 5,055. I think he knew right at the end there was no way they were going to get a win unless all the enemy appeared at the same time. Certainly not kill that 212A. He was probably sitting back at the enemy cap area saying, so long as I stay here, even if they kill both my teammates, I win, or at least get a draw out of it. So Oksydor decided, I'm going to take this game in hand and I'm going to get myself another kill. And it's all down to that Concept 1B. Yes, he might have got a hit into Oksydor, but Oksydor got the enjoyment of actually taking him down with a close shot at right point blank, right into his side. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game because the Concept 1B got that with 5,808 hit points, but it wasn't a high caliber because he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool. The second highest damage did go to Oksydor. He got 3,670, and the third highest damage went to the Baraska on our team with 3,101. When it came to kills, it was the Char Future 4 on the enemy team. He managed to get 4 kills in that game. And the second place goes to Oksydor, who managed to get 3, as so did the Concept 1B. And 2 kills went to the Type 61, the Kunstpanzer, and the Leopard 1 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, the winner in this one was the Concept 1B, mainly down to the fact that he did so much damage in the game. 909 base XP he managed to get. The second highest was the Brass with 695, and the third highest was Oksydor with 682. He fired 16 rounds in that game, got 9 direct hits on the enemy, but no penetrations at all. 21 splash as well. 3,670 hit points of damage, of which 3,298 were at more than 300 meters. The close one was the Concept 1B that he took out. He did receive 1 hit from the Concept 1B, and he also got 2 hits by way of splash from the 212A. Yes, I'm not sure. He did get one right at the end, but not sure when the other one actually came in. I think it was when he was moving between the trees, and the 212A worked out where he was from that. Anyway, 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and 1,807 hit points of stun assist off 18 stuns. He earned 54,102 credits from the game, but he got a Courageous Resistance. Now, he got that for getting a Battle Hero or an Epic Medal. In this case, it's an Epic Medal. It's the Gauze Medal. And he picks up 6,074 credits for the Courageous Resistance. I just need to explain that because some people have been in the game since beta, and apparently they didn't know what Courageous Resistance was. It's a reward from Wargaming for any player who plays in a game that ends in a draw or a loss, but they put in so much effort during the game that they actually ended up with an Epic or Battle Hero medal. And as a consequence, Wargaming would award you the same amount of credits and XP that you would have earned if you've been on a winning team. So that's what that figure is. It's an extra bonus for any player who ends up in a draw or losing game, but they put the effort in. Okay, the total came to 60,177 credits, and after repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, he ends up with a profit of 13,107 credits on a profit account, a premium account. If he'd actually been on a free-to-play account, he would have made a loss on that one. 25 bonds because it was a tier 10 game, and 1,023 XP, 615 for Courageous Resistance, and 1,638 experience points altogether. I think it was a tier 10 game, was it? Was it tier 9? I'll have to look that up afterwards, but actually I can do a quick check. No, it was a Guerrilla 15 in it, wasn't it? So it must be a tier 10 game if you've got a Gorilla 15, you've definitely got tier 10. Okay, let's have a look at the armor profile for this vehicle. I didn't have it on the right page straight away, but there you go. This is basically Centurion-based SPG. And you can see that it's a Centurion that's been turned around, so the engine's at the front rather than at the back. The crew compartment at the back. They made 2 prototypes of this vehicle. They started work and completed the prototypes in 1957, and I don't think, well, they did have the vehicles finished, but they never actually put the howitzers in them. And in fact, both vehicles ended up life as being range vehicles, so they were ferrying people around on the ranges because they had a nice roomy compartment to put lots of people in as they were going over the muddy and boggy ground on the ranges. You can see, because it's Centurion based, but on the rear end, there you go, 38.1 millimeters of impacted armor, but you're only getting about 40. The crew compartment is barely, well, it's actually it's showing here, it's actually quite good, 50.8 millimeters here, coming out 62. The engine deck is not so good, it's 14 millimeters, and that could be penetrated. In fact, you can penetrate the roof of this vehicle very easy. The sides of the vehicle, 50.8 coming out 61. So actually, it's more like a Centurion tank armor. They haven't skimped on the armor like they have on the M53, M55. So decent on the armor. Just have a quick look at the live version. Yes, you can see it is quite tough. Whichever way you look at it, this thing does have a decent amount of armor. Let's have a quick look at the modules. Okay, engine up front, sandwiched between 2 fuel tanks, transmission right in the front of the vehicle. You can see the tank commander's on the left-hand side. He's got the radio set. The gunner is right next door to the gun, and you can see there's the driver. He's got a viewport directly in front, and I think that big round thing on the roof of the vehicle is actually the gunner's sight, and the gun pivots or rotates within that mount, so you can actually turn the thing around. I'm not sure if I can get that. There you go. And you can see you can turn it and got quite a wide arc either side, 25 degrees. So 50 degrees arc is not bad. It's not as good as the M53, M55. That's got 60 degrees of arc, but it's still good all the same. The 2 loaders are right at the back of the vehicle, and just like in the M53, M55, they've got 2 racks which were full of shells, and of course they would load those into the breech. So that's where the modules are on the FV3805. Well, this is a second replay. We've got a different person actually sent in a replay, but it's still for the FV3805. So let's have a look at that game right now. The second replay is by Beerwalla, and he's on the south spawn of Halluf. Now, he doesn't have 3 marks of excellence on his barrel, only 1, but he had a good game in this Arty today, and he sent it in, so we thought we'd have a look at it.
Time to roll out.
Oh, and Wargaming have fouled up with the sound on this one. Unfortunately, the replay started halfway through the countdown, and consequently we haven't got the sound for the vehicle, the engine, but we do get the sound effects. Now, the howitzer he's using is actually the 6-inch gun, 139.7 millimeters. It's capable of 550 alpha, and it'll penetrate 35 millimeters of armor with a 6.8 meter burst radius. Or is that the 5.5 inch? I think I may be wrong there. I think that may be the 5.5. Oh, direct hit straight away for 193, and he picked up the rest of the stun assist, and he's relocating straight away. No, I think this is the 5.5 inch, and the reload time is 17.76 for Beerwalla. Now, trying to remember what the reload time is for this Arty. Okay, it's 22.05 by the book. So he's got 17.76. So he's knocked off 5 seconds, which is pretty good. Hunting around for the next target, and he's found a Skoda T27. He's picked up a tier 10 game. Oh, yeah, he managed to put that near the char future. Picked up something, changing position. The enemy Arty in this one's a 212A, just like Oksydor's game. Okay, T55A trying to creep up on the road, running up to the side of the cliff. Yep, direct hit to the T55A. Difficult to see, but he could make out where the T55A was. He's going to stay on this one because that guy is a distinct threat. He's loaded. Oh, target goes down. In fact, it was the AMX13105 who got the kill. Okay, we've got one of those Italian tank destroyers again. Rounds out straight away. Oh! Well, it looked like it hit the wreck, actually. I heard a twang as it hit the wreck, and the CC took some damage. And look at this stun assist he's picking up. Nice chunk of stun assist. Okay, he's almost loaded again. It's a good thing about having a fast reload. And he flocks another one directly behind the CC and stuns him. And there goes the kill. So he's picked up another load of stun assist. He's now up to 2.3k of stun assist in this battle alone. That's a very good total. It's one of the things about having the stock guns on some of these Artys. Their fire rate is much faster, so you can spread the damage around on the enemy. Now, he did fire that one without giving us a look at what happened to the shell. I will have to take control of the camera if he keeps doing it, but I've actually been doing that myself a few times because of the new mouse I'm using. I accidentally hit the disconnect button at the moment I fire, and I press the button too hard, and that way I don't get to see what happens to the shell. Labs out. No, it's directly in front. He thought the 2684 was going to move forward. He didn't. He's flicking between different targets as quickly as he can. He wants to hit as many of the enemy as he can. He's guessed he's there. Well, it didn't hit anything except the ground, but the Scorpion might have been stunned. The enemy's being pushed back very, very quickly. Mind you, a few of our guys are getting stunned, and that indicates that 212A is very active. Look at that Barask is actually coming up the other side of the rock. And yes, the enemy Barask just took out our SMB CC. So he needs to be careful. Doesn't move too far forward because the Barask might see him. Luckily, we've got the Wizzy 1111 GFT moving round into a position. He spotted the Barask, and the Barask goes down with one round. Okay, flicking to his next victim. Okay, we have got an enemy tank trying to come up. It's the Charfuture 4. Now he needs to ask that Batchat 25T AP to pull back, get behind the rock, and then he can plant a round in the Charfuture 4 and the Batchat can take the kill. Now the Batchat needs to pull back. Oh, he didn't. In fact, actually, he got taken out by the Char. But here he comes. Hello. Rounds out. Direct hit. Yep, that one hurts him. Charfuture 4s don't have much armor. And so when they get hit by a shell, it tends to be rather nasty for them. The penetration on this round is 35mm. So yes, he should be able to get through a Char. And he's now evacuating the cap area, getting as far north as he can. If that Charfuture 4 comes up to the cap, the Wizzy 1111 GFT is going to have to kill him. And oh dear, we've got a Skoda. And oh, we've come to the hill bit, and that's where the Skoda's now going to get the advantage of our Wizzy. Oh, but the Wizzy got him. Or did he? Yes, he did. Beerwalla's decided to go into the corner. They'll probably be fairly safe in this corner. The enemy Scorpion G, he took out the Wizzy, so our cap area now has nobody guarding it. But of course we have put some round into that Char Future 4, so he's probably very badly damaged now. We've got a shot on the Scorpion. Easily go through the side of the Scorpion. It's just virtually no armor whatsoever. He fires a round in just in case the guy's still there. Oh, the Scorpion was showing stuns, so he did get hit by that round. Going for the SMV CC67. He just got hit. Fully dialed in. Five left on each team. Almost the same on hit points as well. So it's anyone's game. I'd be a bit concerned though, if the enemy starts capping, it's going to be one member of our team's going to have to dash across the cap. And all of our tanks are slow. So that could be awkward. Okay, SMV CC67 almost fully dialed in. Go for it. Rounds out. Lands short. It's at times like this where you hope that you had the top gun to be able to do that sort of damage. The Char Future is actually behind us, but he is very low on hit points. Look at that. He's only got 17. And if he comes this way, we can ambush him. And wouldn't that be a shame if he came around the corner, suddenly saw an Arty looking straight at him and blew him to Kingdom Come and blew him to hell? This is going to be very awkward for the Char. That charge should have capped. We're down by one now. Come on, Mr. Char. Come around the corner. I've got something nice for you. AMX M451's gone into the dip and he's having a quick look down the river that flows off the cliff. Oh, did he went? He went down. Oh no! It was a bit of a numpty to do that. He decided to dismount and go down the river, and of course you can't do that now. And the SMV CC67 just got took out by the T110E3. He's lining himself up again. Looks about right. Total concentration. Okay, he's decided to change. Oh, he's been spotted. Now that was the AMX-30 spotting him from a distance. And the Char Future 4 actually decided to go up by the other route. And he does know we're here. Now, remember, he's got a 105mm gun, but we've got the 5.5, and look at that. He came around the corner and he went straight into a 5.5-inch shell going the other way. And that's the end of his game. And now it means it's Beerwalla versus the AMX-30, who's very low on hit points, and the 212A. And the AMX-30 is behind us. Oh, look at that. He's only got 87 hit points. The 212A is firing in. Yes! AMX-30 terminated. Now it's the 212A versus Beerwalla. Beerwalla has taken a hit. He took a hit from the AMX-30 for 92 hit points. He used HE. That's why he didn't kill him. And 212A is probably over on the east side of the map. That's where the shells seem to be coming from. Beerwalla's trying to tempt him to shoot. Sitting out the open. Oh, there he is. He's coming close. Now, if he tries to, with auto-aimed on, oh, he hits him with his first shot, but he takes some splash damage from the 212. Now, who's going to reload first? It's going to be Beerwalla, because the 212A has got a very long reload, 25 seconds at the very least, and he knows it. He's running. He knows he's in danger. Now, he can't reload faster than Beerwalla can, but Beerwalla can zap him. Oh, he does. Now, ram him. Ram him. Yes! Win! What a game! Beerwalla, that was fantastic. That was an excellent end to the game. And, well, Beerwalla owes, the rest of the team owed Beerwalla a pipe for this one because he definitely pulled it through for them. He was outnumbered 2-1, but he still pulled the rabbit out of the hat and won the game. In fact, he was outnumbered 3-1 at one point, but he took care of that Char Future 4, then the AMX30, and finally that 212A. He got a first-class tanker out of that game. It should have been an ace, but I'm not sure if there was enough damage. He also managed to get a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7, and he got a Jewelers for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him during the game. Didn't get any other medals, but he got a very satisfying end to the game. And he said, this is my most fun game in Arty for ages, and it's all about the end. And he did it exactly right. You try and shotgun them at close range, and then if it doesn't kill them, ram them, take them out that way. He had the hit points. He could do it, and he did it. Let's have a look at team score and see where he was. Well, didn't get the highest damage in the game, didn't get anywhere near it, I'm afraid, because the top score was the T110E3, but then again, he does have a 155mm gun, and he earned 5,472 hit points. The second highest damage in the game was the Wizzy 111 GFT. He got 4,156. And the third highest damage was that AMX30 that Beerwalla took out. He got 3,559, but Beerwalla saw to him with a 5.5-inch gun. Beerwalla earned 1,361, which puts him kind of mid-table, but of course he got the win. And when it came to kills, you can see the top scorer, the T110E3, 4 kills. Second place, joint second place, was Beerwalla with 3. The Wizzy 111 GFT got 3. And so did the AMX Premier Prototype. He got 3 as well. And when it came to base XP, well, he's in second place because the Wizzy 111 GFT got 965, but Beerwalla wasn't far behind with 952. And the third highest was the T110E3 with 944. And I get the feeling that that's mainly down to the fact that Beerwalla at tier 9 was attacking tier 10 tanks and having his way with them rather forcefully. Okay, let's have a look at detail. 18 shots fired, 6 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but 14 splash. Damage of 1,361 hit points, of which 797 were at more than 300 meters. So a fair amount of damage was done at close range, up close and personal. In fact, so close that he touched the last one in an inappropriate way. Well, no, actually, I think it's totally appropriate for you to hit them in that way. He did receive 1 hit. It was the AMX30 who got a splash on him, and he did get splashed by the 212A as well, but it was a near miss. But he still survived both of them. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, that was the 212A, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 3, and that's why he didn't get a Confederate, because he just didn't have enough that he hadn't killed. 2,293 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. That's a very good total, that. 29,646 credits for the battle, 13,341 from battle payments, 57,810 altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, he took away a profit of 12,980 on a premium account. He earned 952 XP for the battle, and took away 1,428, but that's got to be one of the best endings I've seen in a game in a while. To win the game that way, when you know that the enemy has a long reload, He turns to face you to try and get a shot in, but you just blast him at close range, doesn't do the job. You just ram him and take him out the game and win the game that way. Well done, Beerwalla. That was fun and a fitting battle for the FV3805 to fit alongside Oksydor on his Tier 3 FV3805. If you had as much fun in that video as I did, give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.